In the first place, there is no constitutional provision for any hatchet man to remove a governor. There are three ways whereby a governor can vacate his seat. It's either by death, resignation, or impeachment by the House of Assembly. There is no any other constitutional provision that empowers a hatchet man to turn the Constitution and the law upside down. I've listened to the judgment of Ekwo, and it's very obvious that he was on a mission. He was making all efforts to upturn the rulings of the Supreme Court and appeal courts on issues like this. We have had the rumors before now that he was determined to give judgment against all known laws and the Constitution, first to embarrass APC, two, to embarrass the federal government. For me, I do not feel worried, but I feel so sorry for the judiciary. The executives may have problems, the legislature may have problems, but the moment justice could be purchased, then we are in trouble in this country. And the ruling this afternoon is a clear evidence that this country is in trouble. And let me tell you that this same judge has over 10 cases against Ebonyi State government with him. And you can imagine what is going to rule. We have petitioned him to NJC, and we will follow it up at all costs to ensure that this man is brought to justice. I want you to disregard the judgment. It is null and void. There is a substituting judgment in Zamfara State, and there is also a judgment in Ebonyi State. So we've chosen the one to obey. We will not obey his ruling. We will obey the ruling of a competent court of equal level that says you cannot sue a governor. The sections of the Constitution are very clear. No civil or criminal proceedings could be brought against a sitting governor. This is not a pre-election matter. This is not a tribunal matter. And so he has murdered justice in this country, and he will be remembered and his generation for this jungle justice, which has nothing, no leg to stand. I'm still the governor of Ebonyi State, and he has no powers to remove me. But let me say to the nation that there is a need to look at the integrity of our judiciary, because if the judiciary begins to rule against constitutional matters that are well laid down, then the citizens of this country may decide not to obey such, jungle justice. This is very important. He thought he has embarrassed me, but he has not, because I already have, a judgment in my favor, and he has no powers to remove this me that was brought by the hands of God. So I want you to relax, and I just finished my discussion with Atsu, and my office is still my office. He's wasting his bloody time. And I believe strongly that he was influenced. And we have no confidence in all the cases of Ebonyi State government that is handling. And we are asking the chief judge of the Federal High Court to transfer all the cases unless himself has interest against Ebonyi State government and against the federal government. Otherwise, he should transfer all these cases back to Ebonyi. Let me also tell you that this particular case was instituted by the PDP here in Ebonyi State, in Abuja, and then we applied to the CJ of the Federal High Court, and he graciously transferred the case to Ebonyi State. Without a notification to us or our knowledge, they say that they had withdrawn the case from Ebonyi. Who transferred the case back to the CJ of the Federal High Court? And why is it that the CJ of the Federal High Court has failed to transfer the case that they referred, back to Ebonyi State? The CJN was notified of substituting judgment in Zamfara and Ebonyi State, and it did nothing. Let me see how NJC is going to handle this, because even when judges gave judgment over matters they didn't have knowledge, they were summoned to Abuja. Let's see how an affidavit was sworn to let this Justice Ekwo know that there are judgments that are substituted in this matter. He still went ahead and gave judgment. Let's see how this evil is going to stand. So I want all my supporters to laugh over it and know that it is judiciary on trial. Yes, of course, they will file appeal against the useless judgment. I call it useless judgment because even though I'm not a lawyer, let me tell you one section of the ruling of a court of appeal. Court of appeal says that in any matter that is not pertaining to maybe taxes, or VAT and so on and so forth, and that is brought before the Federal High Court, that it must be referred back to the residence of the defendant. And the judge is saying that the residence of the defendant is Abuja liaison office. What a stupid reasoning is that? So, and the Supreme Court in the case of Atiku had ruled that there's no law or constitutional provision that empowers a sitting president or vice president to be removed from office on account of defection. And so, which is the same, the qualification for president is the same thing qualification for governor. So he has no right. He did not quote any section of the Constitution to empower him. And in any case, he's being careful. He didn't remove the governor. He just said PDP should submit names. And we know very well that if you did not participate as an individual in an election, Supreme Court has ruled that you cannot be declared a winner. So where is he going to manufacture the process whereby PDP should submit names? Or in the alternative, they should do another election? He lacks the powers to make such judgment. So it is just a jungle justice that is purchased. And we know where it is coming from.